this is holding everything up. Like, the shaper is going to be the slowest thing. So eventually, once I make sure everything is balanced, double check all my numbers, I may actually just build another one. Hello everybody, welcome back to Alchemy Factory. Where we last left off, we got our fertile catalyst system set up here. And the belt is, well, it's full now. I went ahead and set up a dispatch portal so we could start making some coin off this. And this box is filling up pretty fast, actually. These things sell really, really well. Today, though, we need to start working on our next relic. We are almost done with Tier 7. One last thing to produce and we'll be done with Tier 7, the Venus Relic. Looks like it's going to sell for a ton of money, but it looks like a fairly complex build too. So let's go ahead and start researching that. Oh, I need some silver. I'll grab it out of this storage box right here. And let's get this crafted, researched. Let's see, the Venus Relic is going to be made in an advanced shaper. And it looks like it's going to be using all the potions we can make so far. So let's get down in Advanced Shaper and see what we're going to need to set this up. Alright, Advanced Shaper's down. Let's see. We need Healing Potions, Vitality Potions, Transformation Potions, Growth Potions, and Blast Potions, along with Sulfuric Acid. And, I mean, these numbers, if you look at it in the blueprint here, it's showing 200 a minute on each of the potions, which seems like a lot, but we know from previous relics, if we just break that number down to a more manageable number, that this is not that hard to achieve. So, really, we just need to we could take some existing blueprints, probably, although I'll probably redesign a few of them, because I think we can certainly make a few of these more efficient, now that we have better fertilizers and better fuels. So we could probably make a lot of these more efficient. Sulfuric acid, I don't think that's going to be hard. It's just sulfur powder and brine. And we've got brine up in our thermal extractors. Sulfur powder's pretty easy. I've got a decent blueprint for that. So the only question is, what do I use off the lines up here, and what do I need to bring up here, if anything? Because we're already making blast potions and growth potions, and they're both already up here. Yeah, we've got a belt for growth potions, and we've got a belt for blast potions. Blast potions. I wonder if we're making enough blast potions to actually do that, or if we're going to have to supplement, make more. That's something to consider. But for now, let's see if we can come up with a few blueprints and a sulfuric acid build and see what this is going to kind of look like, get an idea for what we need. Alright, here's what I've got so far. I've got a little blueprint here that crafts healing potions. Nice and small and compact, just one nursery for flax, one nursery for sage, and they're going to flow into an assembler to make our healing potions. The base speed for that is 10 a minute. We're running at 4x, so that'll produce 40 a minute. That's saying that's what this machine wants, is 40 a minute, so we're going to try and balance it towards that, or maybe double that. And then so the next one we need is going to be vitality potions, and I've got a complete blueprint for that as well here. It's probably easier. I kind of cram these together. Pull this one back to show you. Crushers, stone crushers, we're going to be feeding that with, coal. No, I'm sorry, stone for this one. Coal's the next one. Stone for this one to be turned into limestone, be turned into limestone in the stackable crucibles. Then that is going to turn into limestone powder. There are grinders in there, you just can't really see them. But I've got 20, 40, 60 at base speed, so this is like a full belt of quicklime powder. I'm pretty sure it's at 180. I forget if it's 180 or 106 or 240. Let's see. It should be 240, because that's what each one of these is asking for, 120 a minute. Quicklime powder, and then we just connect fruit wine from our thermal extractors up here, and then our output is going to be 60 a minute, which at base speed is like 10 a minute for this whole machine. Let me look at my notes here. I'm sorry, 15 a minute at base speed. So we are going to be producing a few more vitality potions than we are health potions. So what we'll probably end up doing is trying to balance these two and then going at everything off of that. So I'll probably need 3 of these to make 30 a minute and 2 of these to make 30 a minute. That gives you an idea of what we're working with. And then the next thing is going to be transformation potions. And for that we need coke powder and gloom spores. I've got a gloom spores set up in mind. Oh, I don't have the... This will be fine. I just don't have the sigil portal with me. So we're gonna, yeah, feed that one there. So coke powder, we've used this a couple of times. I think we used it in the last build, in fact. We're gonna be grinding coal into coal ore into coal, running it through stackable crucibles to make coke, and then grinders to make coke powder, and then our final product will come out here. We'll need to feed fuel on this one on the front. I probably should redesign this to accept fuel from the side, so I can stack them next to each other, and they can feed off of each other, but that's okay. And then gloom spores, we get our gloom fungus coming out here, and we have to combine that with, let's see, gloom spores with yeast powder into an assembler. So let me put down a little assembler right here. I want to say we use this exact build right down here. Yep. This is what we did down below. So this is making the yeast powder right here into assemblers to make gloom spores. So I will probably copy this exact build right here, because that's making our soap powder, that's making our fungus, and I can copy pretty much this whole build to get our gloom spores out and reuse that whole blueprint. I'll just reuse it. And then that's going to make transformation potions. And then lastly, we need sulfuric acid. Now, what I'm going to try and do is pull growth potions and blast potions off of our belt. If I'm looking at the belt, the blast potions are nearly full. The growth potions, however, are a little behind, and so I don't know if we're producing enough of those. It'll be interesting to see if we are. If those belts start to stack up or if they start to empty. If they empty, we'll have to make some more growth potions on our own. Up here somewhere, I'll take the growth potion build that I've got downstairs and just bring it up here. Because we are making growth potions on this floor. It is this build. It takes up a lot of room to get this one balanced. Yeah, but I guess space isn't really a concern. Honestly, it's just, oh, and we could make this more compact now that I'm looking at it, because this is using regular extractors to make brine, and if we do have to replicate this, we would redesign it where we're not producing brine at the site. We would just really need the chamomile powder and what is this one? The clay powder. Yeah, chamomile powder and clay powder is all we would need to set up. Those are fairly straightforward, and I might even be able to redesign those to be a little more compact, but for now we know that works. So yeah, let me start piecing some of these machines together and see what kind of outputs we're going to get. I'm going to try and get this as balanced as I can, but this is going to be a tough one because a lot of our inputs aren't exactly the same. It is asking for all the same, but trying to balance, you know, 15 output to 10 output. And then these are, what are these, 40 a minute, which at base speed is 10. So if I want to balance this, I would need 3 assemblers making these. So I think I'm going to shoot for 30. I think that's what I'm going to shoot for, is 30 a minute. Let me see, that's going to be the gloom spores right there. Yeah, 30 a minute, and I think we'll be okay pulling 30 a minute at base speed off of these, which would be 120, which would be half a belt. So yeah, that's what I'm going to shoot for, half a belt on this, because this is not something that's going to sell a lot in the store, but it is going to provide us with XP, so it's not like I don't want to underproduce it. This is going to give us tons of XP to level up, and it is something that I need to level up, is my cannon efficiency, because I notice that my belt is full right here, right? The fertile catalyst is full, for instance, but when it hits the cannon is slowing down and they're spaced out, which means they're not full, which means my cannon speed is not fast enough right now. So I need to upgrade my throwing efficiency, which I've not spent any points in, so we'll need to get some upgrade points into that pretty soon too. I think that's probably what I'll focus on next. I've kind of been putting my points into fertilizer efficiency and fuel efficiency lately. And then a little bit into starting the shop efficiency, because I was actually losing money for a few days there setting up some of these builds. And now I don't think money's a problem because of this purchasing portal. Yeah, it is filling up. It is generating us tons of coins on this fertile catalyst build. So this dispatch portal, oh, it's already hit the max today. So essentially we can make 4,800 coins a day off this, give or take. So I don't think we're going to be hurting for money moving forward, at least for a while. We're going to be spending our research points, our upgrade points, into some more faster cannons and catapults. So, yeah, let's see if we can piece something together. And like I said, I'm going to go for 30 a minute at base speed, which would be 120 a minute at our speed. And let's see if we can get this set up here. I am going to have to double check all my thermal extractors to make sure they're producing enough. Once we get this set up, they're probably going to have to be added onto, as I think we're getting close to maxing out either the fruit line or the, well, I don't think we're using it for this build. The flax one, I forget what it's called, the linseed oil. I think we're getting close to maxing out our linseed oil. But we'll double check all of that and get this set up, see what we can come up with. So the first thing I set up was the vitality potions here. Got the blenders up there right next to the pipes where output from our thermal extractors. That's why I went with them first. And I think next, if there's anything else requiring a liquid, I will use it. But I don't think... Let's see. Healing potions are not... let's see, that's not using a liquid. So yeah, I think the next thing we set up will be our healing potions, put them in, and we should have plenty of room to come down the line. That's the plan anyways, to try and get it all in right here. Or if we need to, we can move some of it over to this side. Shouldn't be a problem. And then maybe have like our final output somewhere in this area. Have our shaper. What is this thing called? An advanced shaper? Yeah, have our final output somewhere in this area. Maybe we'll see where it ends up at based off where everything else fits, because I think we're going to have to go kind of big for those gloom spores. That's a pretty big build there. Yeah, that takes up a lot of footprint, but what I'm essentially just going to do is copy and paste this whole thing. So I got to go grab some building materials, I think. Okay, end of day 209, and yeah, we are making buckets of money off of this purchasing of this dispatch portal right here. We made 5,000 silver off of it. So yeah, we are making tons of cash right now. That's huge. That is huge. Nearly got this next machine set up here. Let's see. I need to hit T, and we're bringing our thermal extractor line out to here. And I think what I want to do is just get this in the right place here. I want it in line with that one there. Yep, that's what we want. So now I can just take this line and drop it down into the back of this machine. And you know what? I think I'm just going to feed it across into each one of these if I can. Let's see. Grab it from there. Oh, I need to hit T, don't I? What is it saying? It's overlapping with other devices. Oh, is it hitting the belt? Okay, well, we can fix that. We'll just pull it from each line then. What might actually be easier... No, I'm just going to do it like I did the other one. These pipes can be tricky. So we'll just run each one to there, like that. Get them lined up. This is the one... Oops. This is the one I was kind of worried about if we've got enough linseed oil to make more soap, another full belt of soap. And because we're using a lot of this one in this build and the fruit wine, so once these are up and running, I'll have to keep a close eye on it. And what I've noticed is if it runs out, this little conical flask will start to empty if we're using more than we're producing. So that's a good indicator. Plus, it lets me know exactly what's in each line without having to click on them or anything. Like, you know, you can click on the line and see, but at a glance, I can see what's in each line and pull it off of there where I need it. All right, so now we just need each one of these to come down. And this is for soap right here. This is our soap line. That's in the wrong spot. For the gloom... Grab that. For the gloom fungus. Oh, we're out of ironing. It's alright. I gotta go grab some iron. I don't think I have... No, I don't have any up here. I've just got some various stuff. Alright, so that's gonna be our soap. And then we're gonna combine that with this line right here for the gloom fungus. I think I'm just gonna place it right here next to it. And then merge them into these blenders right here to make our yeast powder, and then that soap and yeast powder will form right here to make, well, not soap, but the gloom spores, the yeast powder. Anyways, all that will form into our gloom spores, which will then be turning into transformation potions eventually. This is kind of a long build to set up, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Alright, got my gloom spores hooked up. It is all flowing now. Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot the fruit line. Let's see. So that's coming off this line right here. And we want to keep it at the top. So we're just going to pull it out this way. Now that we kind of know where we want it. We want it to be about right here. I think that's it. Kind of hard to tell. Let's see if we can pull it from here and get a good idea of where we want it. We hit T. Oh, it's saving. That's really annoying. The saves are getting so long now that my builds are so big. I might want to turn off the autosave feature because it is getting to be a bit painful. Yeah, that looks about right. So let's see if we can take this one. I want to hit T to go the other direction. Oh, come on. These things can be so frustrating. Tedious. Tedious, really. Come on. Come on. Come on out here, little fella. Let's find your new home. It's not dragging with me. Super, super weird why they don't behave like you would expect them to. But then again, this is a... Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Alright, so I just need to extend this out a little bit further. Yep, that looks good. Now let's drop them in. Let's drop them into here. Just want to grab this, hit T. Oh, I gotta do the first one first. There's that one. The next one is right here. So let's look straight up, grab it, drop it into the machine. Alright, I like that. I like that. And the last one. There we go. There we go. There's our gloom spores. Now, we need a coke powder machine, which is this one right here. And we're going to need assemblers. I think I'm going to start with 2 assemblers and work our way out from there. Let's see. I'm going to space them out a little bit. Just kind of get an idea of what I want. How many is that? Oh, you know what? I don't think I balanced this right. Coke powder of 80. What does this output? This outputs 60 a minute at base speed. That's 20 a minute for inputs. So that could actually feed 3 of these assemblers. 1 coke powder machine could feed 3. But why not? I'm going to go for 4. Because we are getting... Ooh. I did not balance this right. Okay, I overbuilt this. I overbuilt this. We're overproducing on soap and gloom fungus. We're going to be getting way more vitality potions than we need, but it doesn't matter. We will find a use for them. In fact, when we scale this up, we won't have to scale up our transformation potions. So we're going to be overproducing transformation potions, but that's okay. So we're getting, what, 60 a minute out? That's 240. That would effectively feed 6 of these. Yeah, that's going to feed 6. That's going to make a massive amount. 6 times 4 is 240. So that's going to be a full belt of transformation potions, which is way more than we're producing of some other things. So maybe I could step up. I could add another one of these machines in for the vitality potions and a couple of more of the healing potions to try and balance it out a little bit. But I don't know at what point we're going to be maxing this machine out, so I don't know if it's going to be worth it. We'll see. We'll see. So now I just need to get this, I need, what, 2 of these then? Let's see. Yeah, and they need to be against a wall somewhere, so... Oof. Let's see if we can sneak them back in here. No, then I'd have to jump across that gap. So maybe I could put them back here and run the conveyor belt along this way? Because it... Let's just stick it here. Alright, what do we need for inputs on this? We need a purchasing portal and conveyor belts. So I'll put down a purchasing portal if I had a sigil stone. Yeah, so this is going to be coal, and it's going to output at 60 a minute base speed. Wait, if I've got that at base speed, maybe I do have this balanced, right? My numbers are getting mixed up here. So if that's producing 60 a minute at base speed, this is actually producing 240 a minute. So that's a full belt should be coming out of this, right? I'm going to have to turn the machine on to make sure I got my numbers right. From what I wrote down, that should be 60 at base speed, and we're producing quadruple that, so... that should be 240. Okay, yep, tested the numbers. Each one of these is producing 240 coke powder per minute. So now I've doubled it. I've got 2 full belts of that. That will feed all of these assemblers. We are going to be way overproducing on our transformation potions, but that's okay. We'll have it future-proofed for when we decide to upgrade this line and maximize the number of Venus relics we're producing. So now... I essentially just have to connect, what, these 4 inputs here into... Let me see, I'm going to need to move these assemblers back a little bit. Make sure we've got an idea of the space we're going to be using here. So I'm going to need these 2 inputs to feed into 6 machines, and then these 4 inputs to also feed into these 6 machines, right? Okay, yeah, that's good. So 2... we'll split 3 and 3, and 2 will split 3 and 3. Okay, so I've really, if I take it like this, because this is not going to be a full belt, what I want is that, and that. So I've essentially got 2 belts of each, so just split them. This should not be that hard. Run this down. It's actually going to be a little bit in the way. We'll just move it over 1. Get this one down. Do the same thing. Right about in here is where we want it. Okay, so we want these to come in. This one's going to hit the first 3, so we want our input is right here for this one. And then this one. Actually, you know what? Let's not connect it just yet. Let's leave room to push this back closer once we've got everything where we want it. So the next one will come out to right there. That's 3 off that line. And then we want 3 on this line. So there. There, and 1 more. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. There. Yeah, something about like that looks good. Now just we need to do the same thing with the gloom spores. And I think I am going to have them come back this way a little bit, tuck them in tight against the machine. Like this. And then run them across the top of these. So that way I can make it the most compact by just doing lifts across to here. Actually, they don't even need to go that far, do they? They need to fit the first 3 machines, so to there for that belt. So we'll pick this one up, run it across, and then we'll just drop it in to each one. Oops, I need that backed up 1 space. Because that's where I want my output to be. I want this one paying out from there. We'll grab that, do duplicate, duplicate, and this is going to be able to shrink a lot. So I'll just back all these up, probably 3 squares. Yep, I like that. And then the other one is going to be able to jump across as well, so I want it to be right here to come across for the other 3 machines. Yep, just like that. So I can copy and paste these to be the outputs here, here, and here. We're going to run this belt all the way down. So then we need to pick it up. We need to pick this line up right here. Send it across. So now, shoot that one straight in. Get our outputs going out. Like that. And we're done. Just move these assemblers a little bit closer. And this should be complete. Let me make sure I've got it in the right spot. Yeah, that looks good. That's satisfying when it all comes together like that. All right, that is our transformation potions done. So that's 3 of our inputs. Let me see. Healing potions, well, I don't technically have the healing potions completed, but this is essentially what I'm going to use. And I may actually build a couple more of these just to get some more output out of it. So next is growth potions and blast potions, which I think are going to be the easiest because I'm just going to pull them off the rail and see how it goes. So let's set up healing potions. Probably want to go and smash these as close as I can together. So I'll just take them like this, hit T, and just make them as compact as I can. Same thing here. Hit T, get it as compact as I can. And then I'll leave space to add on to this. But I'm essentially going to grab that. We do need it to feed off the transformation fertilizer we've got, this new fertilizer up here at the top. We do need to feed off of that rail, so it does need to be pushed back. I'm going to put it back here. Actually, there's probably room to hide it right here. Only thing is I can't get it across, the lines across that effectively. So let's put it... I actually don't even need that wall anymore, do I? Can I delete that wall without destroying anything? Looks like it. So what I'm going to do is put that wall a little bit differently. I'm going to leave it like a doorway. And then we can run, it'll keep the stability for this, and we can run our belts through here. That's how I'm going to do that. I put that wall there so that I could put these floors so that I can know the exact height to get my pipes at. So it is important. I don't want it getting messed up. So we just need to leave room for think I need... Do I need one more square out of that? Yeah, I should leave one more square of space. Pull this forward one. Like this. And then we just need our inputs and outputs for these. So I want to take this, pay it out at the bottom, come from this rail. I want it to pay in right there, and then just lift it up. Oops, that's backwards. Input from the bottom, raise it up. Put down a lab stand, a couple of blocks, belt that in. Now we can copy and paste this. Hit F for each one. And now those are all rolling out with our... Should be coming online any second. There we go, yep. That is our 40 a minute, so we could actually build 6 of these, right? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Why not? It's cheap. It's a small, compact, cheap build. Let me make sure I'm grabbing all of these machines here. And let's hit... don't want to cut it. Hit F to build another copy of it. Let me go grab a little more iron and gears, and I'm going to make a full belt of healing potions come out. I think I'm just going to double up everything and make everything a full belt. Alright, that is our full belt of healing potions coming out. And I just need to connect this. I only need one output for these. So I'll have them come out right here, drop them to the floor. And then have them run out to wherever we need them, wherever the final output is. It's going to be somewhere in this area, right in here. So I made a mistake on this build right here, and I had to pick it up and already had it loaded with limestone. So all these are just filled with limestone, like a big oopsie. I'll have to hand feed a few of them. I'll probably end up tossing some of them in the trash to get them out of the way of this build. I don't see why we can't go ahead and turn these guys on. And so this is going to be my output of... Oh, I need to configure the output for these, because they're going to be coming in the center right here. And they are going to need to lift up one... Please turn. Like that. Yep. Come on now. Alright, and then I need them to lift up and over this. Then we put a lab stand up front of each one, and then one belt output, lab stand up right here, put a few blocks. Not the end of the world. Come on. And then we'll drop them to the floor right here. There we go, copy that, paste that. One there, one there. That's that output. Alright, I am definitely going to have to move these stones out of the way. Let me build a few more of these boxes and move all this crap out of the way, because I think our final output's going to be about right here. So I'm going to need those to come straight out. I am going to need these to come out from here. And then I guess all I have to do is pull my blast potions and growth potions, and I'm wondering if I could get them right here. I think I can. And I could stack them on top of each other. So something like that. And then one more to pay out from that. I think we're nearly done. Actually, that's going to be too tall, so I want it to be a block there. Pay out from that. And then we're going to put lab stands over this. And then one more right here. And so that this line is going to run on top of it. There we go. All right, all right. Yeah, let me move these this limestone, and we're just about done. All right, I did have to come up here and increase our fruit wine production. We were running out, so this is my thermal extractors, and I basically just duplicated the build that I had and doubled our fruit wine output, so that should last us for a while. Let's hop down here and finish up this build. One thing I did forget, I completely forgot, we need to set up the acid. What's it called? Sulfuric acid. So I forgot to put down my sulfur powder build, and I'm probably going to want to go with I think 6 of these for a full belt, so I should be able to fit them right here and then just feed them in. Let's try to do something like this. Let's see. The bottom line is going to be my... I'm trying to remember what that is. That's fuel coming in. And we're going to use, blast potions, I guess, for fuel. Yeah, I don't really have any choice. That's our best fuel, so something like this. And then we'll need a purchasing portal in the back to buy the... let's see, something like that for a purchasing portal is what we need. I just need one input, right? And then just put down some blocks for our input. That's in the wrong spot. Like that, and that's going to buy our pyrite to feed into this. And then we want blast potions to come in about right here. And they're going to be on the 3rd rail, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like that. So come up to there. Something like that right there. And then I just got to duplicate this 6 times. Probably going to have to go grab some more building materials, but this is the basic plan here. Oh wait, that's not going to make sulfuric acid. That's just going to make the sulfur powder. Oof, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I need to put down an alembic and get some brine as well. Okay. Let me go look at how I was producing this for the other build and just make sure I've got everything correct. Okay, this is what I've got for my high sulfuric acid. We're just going to pull the brine off of our thermal extractor line. So 3 alembics will produce 3,600 a minute, which is way more than we need for this, which is going to be like 4 times, more than 4 times the amount we need. And I actually don't think I need 6 of these setups. I think I could get away with 5 to feed these, because they're asking for 60, so that's 180 a minute, and this is actually 4 times 6 times 4 is 24. So yeah, they're only going to be asking for 180 sulfur powder a minute. So that's 40 and 40 is 80, 40 and 40 is 160, and I'll need 1 more for the overflow. So I actually do not need this one right here. I am just going to, not copy it. I need to delete this one. That one is going to be extra. Oops, please don't delete the floor. Just waiting for the day when I do it. Alright, so now we'll just piece this together, and then we're done. So this is an interesting machine here. So it has a pipe input on the side. You have to feed a pipe in from right here. So that's going to be your sulfuric acid, and then all the other inputs can run across the ground on belt. So this is going to be an input for it right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's all 5 of our potions. And now let's finish up this sulfuric acid build. Get it up and running. I'm essentially just going to copy it all. I'm going to snap it right up against this line right here. And I guess I can squeeze it way back in the corner. Just keep pushing forward until it says I've overlapping with something, and then pull it back 1 square. Boom, done. Now all I have to do is set these purchasing portals. We'll need to snap in this alembic here, so I'm just going to copy it and move it over. I essentially can just put it anywhere. I just got to think about the piping and everything. So for these we need sulfur powder, and we're going to need fuel to come in, so I'll probably just run fuel off of one of these. And I guess try and get it close to where the pipes are. See, because I need brine for this one, right? This is our brine. So I need to take this line right here and run it towards me. Or actually, I could snake it back behind here and hide it. Might look better like this. Hit T, maybe that's it. There we go. Yeah, let's run it like this. We can hide it behind there. We'll run it along the ceiling. It'll never be seen. That'll be cool. Then we just got to snap it into here. Essentially going to have 3 inputs for that. And then our belt, we're just going to take all of these. That's going to be our output for each one of these. And I think the easiest thing to do is just drop them all to the floor. And then we'll pick them all up for the machine. Because that should all fit on one belt. Like that. Connect all of these. I will take my fuel and hop it over for this machine. So I want it to feed input from the bottom. Jump it over. This one can move back a little bit. Let's see. Take this. Let's go with it about right there. Oops, I forgot to move the pipes with it. That's okay. We'll pick this up from the bottom, up to there. That's going to be our sulfur powder input. And then the pipe will just drop back in. That all looks good. The only thing we'll need to do now is run our fuel across to fuel it. So I'm going to actually get rid of that. Actually, just copy it and move it to right here. We're going to jump across the lab stand. Oh gosh, the game is saving. I'm like, what did I do wrong? And then just lab stand it across to feed the fuel into that machine right there. One more pipe connected, and this is done. I have to finish the purchasing portals. Let's finish the purchasing portals, set up the pipes, and then we're just about finished. Okay, I think I'm ready to set this final assembly up here. So we've got 1, 2... There's 3 potions. I need 4 and 5, so right here is where I'm going to drop this one. And allow it to just drop to the floor. And it can run across, because they all need to feed in basically like this. So now I need to take this one in. Because we have all 5 inputs. Let's take that. Let's cut it. And we're just going to jam it in right here. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Last thing is this last pipe here for the sulfuric acid. And naturally, it is going to be a pain. Alright, I'm going to get frustrated with this pipe. What if I built some stairs? That's what I need, some stairs. Let's just do that. Instead of trying to get it to the right height from here. There we go. Now we should be able to get it up one more, up one more. Come on, one more. That's all I want. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, well that did it. We overshot it just a bit, but that's 1 square high. So now we can run this, hit T to turn it this way. And send it back towards... Whew! All this to make a decent, clean-looking pipe. It's a lot of work. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We'll just do it just like this, and we'll just drop it in on this side right here. So I want it essentially about to there. We're going to take it from here, hit T, raise it up, and then we just connect these two pipes. That is actually... Is that right? It looks right. Yep, now hit T to drop it down. Oh my goodness, we did it. Ha ha! Oh, that's so cool. Now, finally, we have Venus. So we should be... These are going to take, obviously, a while to produce, but we have got all the belts full. This is holding everything up. Like, the shaper is going to be the slowest thing. So eventually, once I make sure everything is balanced, double check all my numbers, I may actually just build another one and feed two of these right here, essentially in the same spot. But that is our Venus production. Let's give this thing a second. What else do we need here? We're going to need a storage box to sell them, right? So I'll put a little storage box off to the side, just to collect a couple of them to sell. And then the rest of them will feed into... Yeah, because that will only hold two. The rest of them will feed into their knowledge altar to give us tons of XP now. Curious, what does this say? Obtainable XP 1,173. So what does that compare to, say, the Mars Relic? I think that's the more advanced one we have. 289 XP. 289. So it's like 4 times as much experience for the Venus. That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. That's going to catapult our upgrade points in no time. We're going to have this tree really full now. The upgrade tree is going to get full pretty fast now, I got the feeling. But that is our Venus Relics, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This was a challenging build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a future episode. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.